Today on the Camaro, we are putting the flanges on for the QuickTime Performance exhaust cutouts. Really neat setup. You just simply put this where you want it, notch the back of it, as you can see we did, to fit the pipe. And then after we take it off, we're going to weld up the rest of it all the way around, clean this out the rest of the way. You come back, bolt that on, wire it up, and then they open when you want, so you have an open header sound, but still have mufflers right there. Best of both worlds. We're going to go ahead and TIG weld up this flanges for the QuickTime Performance exhaust. I was actually going to do this last night, but I'm an old man now, so now I get migraines and I have to go to bed early on Saturday night and wake up at 7 o'clock Sunday morning and weld this stuff in sweatpants and slippers, because that's what we do now. Now that we've got the exhaust back up and both of the actuators mounted, wiring. It's actually pretty simple. It comes with this switch, and these are your two leads that connect to that end. And then really simple after that, just your power and your ground lead. And that's it. You put the switch anywhere you want. We're gonna run them down the side here and then down into there and under the car. We'll see how it goes. We got the QuickTime Performance exhaust cutouts welded up and wired up, and we'll see how it sounds.
Quiet. Do it again.
And loud. Loud.
There's the cutout.
Found some sweet trucks. A 62 Ford F600, 2-speed rear axle, 4-speed transmission, a 312 Y block in it with a Holly. And this beauty. Me and Nick just bought a 64 long bed custom cab with a Y block. Looks good, Nick. Another beautiful North Carolina morning. We gave the old girl a bath yesterday, and found a little bit more what we got going on with it. Now, obviously the bed is roached. You can actually see the bed is sagging down, but that's fine. We'll get that replaced. And got in the cab here, we do have some rust in the floors, nothing super major, just some small spots in the toe board. Got the dash cleaned out, all the mouse poop out of the back of the seat. And we thought the engine was locked up, but it actually turns out it was the water pump. We cut the belt off there, see it won't move. We are getting the engine to move, but yeah, it sounds awful. But this is a 292 Y block V8. They made these for 10 years, from 1954 to 1964, and they came in different variations. But we're going to determine if we're going to keep it and fix it, or if we're going to put a modern drivetrain in it. Maybe get some different suspension under this bad boy. But all in all, for the price, great purchase. Nice looking truck. We got the toolbox out. We got to clean all this crap out. As you can see, the bed is bent, and this truck hasn't been on the road since '91. Do a little bit of work on the 4-link here. Now, whoever had previously installed this only used grade 5 bolts, so we're going to upgrade to 8s. Also, if you look over here, there's a bracket for your front bar. Now, this bracket has this bolt, and it hits the frame over here, so you have to unbolt this whole bracket and disconnect your link bar in order to drop it. That's it's pretty dumb, but while we're at it, we're going to finish and go ahead and tie up the wire that goes to our exhaust cutout. We're going to run that nice and neat since we're taking that bracket out anyway. Quick little tidbit about nuts and bolts. This is a nylock nut. It has a nylon ring around the inside that locks the threads on the bolt. If it is flush and you don't see any threads sticking out, guess what? You're not locking anything. The bolt has to be locked by the nut with the thread sticking through. Like this, flush, it doesn't lock anything. You might as well not have any kind of locking washer or anything on there. It's pointless. Use it the right way. All right, bolts are in on one side. We got that one up under there too. That's all in there ready to go. Got our subframe connector bolts tightened back up. And we just got to get a P-clamp for our park and brake cable. Now I know this looks kind of weird because it's running through here, but you got to remember the axle is hanging right now all the way down. So when it comes up, it's going to be perfect and it won't be in the way at all. It'll be nice this way. This is not putting this in a huge bind. You have to excuse me a little bit. I'm dying from sinuses here in North Carolina. The weather is never consistent. And one day it's spring and the flowers are blooming and the next day it's snowing. So whatever. But anyway, got a lot done on the Camaro. Not quite as much as I'd hoped to get done. We're going to keep chugging along though. We had some unexpected things come up and that's just the way it goes with doing a custom car. Now if this was a completely stock build, that'd be one thing. But there's been a lot of people that have had their hands on this car before I did, and some of the work was a little bit less than par, so having to deal with that is sometimes a struggle. But just keep your customer informed and updated and keep rolling along and just do your best, and that's what we're doing. We also got a little distracted and sidetracked with the F100. I really didn't plan on going and get that or buy that, and I showed the picture to Nick, and we both needed it in our lives, so it's here. So that kind of put us off a little bit too. But the next video we do, we're going to get more into the Roadster and the F100, sheet metal work, bead rolling. It's going to be all the fun stuff that I really enjoy doing, a little bit more my speed. And we'll get the Camaro back over to the body shop so it can get touched up for a couple things and get a couple other things buttoned up and upholstery, and then back to me one last time for nut and bolting and test driving. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you guys next time.